Welcome you all on behalf of Ernst and Young. The ideas which I'll be throwing at you are a bit overarching ideas. They have to be naturally adopted to different industries. This we can, in the discussion session, of course, talk about. To start with, I would take you through what all we have been hearing yesterday as well. What led to financial crisis, intransparency, what Alan Greenspan calls, in some cases, in some markets, irrational exuberance, and also a little bit of greed leading to speculation. I would not get into the technicalities, but we all would agree that these three reasons have been the cornerstones of what we are suffering or going to suffer now from. The costs have been humongous. Even now in Germany we are talking about around 2 trillion euros. As if you also look at the 1.5 trillion euro costs, a billion euro costs, which is the guarantee for the savings and the deposits which the government or the state is providing, and in the US as well. So the numbers are quite big. The governments have come into action, and there is a fear in some circles. We also had it in some panels yesterday that there might be excruciate regulatory exercises going on around the world where governments would try to take more and more control. The unemployment in US, we all know these figures. In Germany, we haven't touched such a stark recession as of now. And if we look at the data from July last year to December, actually we have got an improvement in the employment situation. So as it is said and talked about in the media, the situation is still at this moment not so bad in Germany or in Europe as it is in the United States of America. Now we also talk about the decoupling theory. We also raised this issue yesterday. I read, and we all read a lot about the emerging countries or the BRIC countries, especially India and China, being totally decoupled from the global economy. I actually had some meetings with one of the Indian CEOs, one or two of the Indian CEOs in the past 2 or 3 weeks, and I asked them this question: do you think that India is really decoupled? What is the situation in India, especially after our finance minister said, whatever happens in this world, we are going to grow with a rate of 7.5 to 8% this year as well. The CEO told me, quite to my pleasure, India is an island when it comes to some specific sectors like power and infrastructure. India is still booming, and we don't feel the tremors as of yet. It might come in a year or so, but India is doing quite well as of now. However, even if we look at these emerging markets, these new countries, these new strongly performing economies of Asia, the overall global financial stability has taken a shock, has taken a punch. So whatever market we look at, even in India, the automotive companies, Tata Motors and so on, they are looking at reducing the production. The good thing about India in particular, when we look at these emerging markets, is that the investment rate is around 37%, and out of these 37%, 34% comes from the domestic savings rate. So it's really a self-propelling economy if you look in that sense of the word. China, however, is more aligned or coupled because it was more an export-oriented economy and is more coupled with the Western markets. Now, I think many of us know this Kondrativ model. We also have heard a lot about Schumpeter, the ideas around creative destruction. We have seen right from 1815, there have been different waves of booms and recessions or slumps or depressions, which we had one as of now. In 1768, the steam engine